Wait, is this gonna be audio based or is it like?
So live. So mine video is not there, but I'll put it on live so that yours will come for sure.
All right, cool.
Great. So let's start. Hey everyone, welcome back to Healthy Mind, Healthy Life, the show where we dive deep into the journeys, passions, and uh, creative pursuits that inspire us to grow stronger, dream bigger, and live more fulfilling lives. I'm your host Avik, and today we are hopping down a beautifully creative and reflective path with a very special guest, Samuel Chambers. So, welcome to the show, Samuel.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, lovely, lovely. So, Samuel, before we start, I'll quickly love to introduce you to all of our listeners. Dear listeners, Samuel is not only a Florida native, but also a creative powerhouse who's made a name for himself in the storytelling world, particularly in animation. And he's all about pushing the boundaries, creating worlds, and weaving narratives that connect deeply with the audiences. So he has spent the last 5 years honing his craft alongside other talented creators, and today he's here to help us unpack the Timid Bunny, a project that's more than just a cute title. It's a celebration of creativity, perseverance, and vision. So we'll talk about the journey behind the Timid Bunny, why storytelling is such a powerful medium for the connection, and dive into the highs and lows of creative pursuits. And we will explore how, the ways to amplify visibility and collaboration. So why to wait? Let's start. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I appreciate the intro.
Thank you so much. So Samuel, let's dive into the heart of the Timid Bunny.
Mm.
I'd love to hear this original story. But what sparked the idea of this project? Yeah.
Um, I'll say first, the main thing that really hit home for me when I was creating this project, I would say, was when my friend had took his own life due to him trying to get back into the field that he was really passionate about. And he told me his story, and it really hit home for me. And I didn't really have an idea. Really, I had an idea for like what the story could have been about, but I asked him before he had went on to the other side. Could I use this story for like
Hmm.
for a story I have in mind? And he was like, "Well, yeah." And it was like on a low monotone way. Like he was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be something great. I hope you do something great with this story, you know." And he had a joke like to carry me on, like in case
Okay.
I do pass away. And I was just like, "Oh yeah." Like, don't talk like that, but like
Okay.
um, he decided to let me take his story and put into that. Further down the line, after he had took his life, my cousin, she goes to Warner and she does track, and my sister does track as well. And so it kind of had me thinking like, wow, okay. So cause for me,
Hmm.
I'm dedicated with animation and entertainment, and I'm looking to make myself great within this industry, especially with film. And it gave me something I can keep in the back of my mind. And so then I saw a Nike commercial on TikTok and stuff like that, and it was winning is uncomfortable, and then it got me together for it. And so with those three things, I put them all together and made a bunny named Tony, who's a track star who's looking to get back into his career, but his friends decided to betray him in the worst way possible. And now we're looking to see if he's willing to go back into the field and put his hand into it again. And so that was what my friend went through, and he thought he couldn't do it. So he decided to take his life. And now my story is about what could have happened if he decided to give it a try again. And it was going to be sold, actually. The script was going to be sold. I really didn't like. I really wanted to work on another project besides this, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work on this project in his name, and make sure I do a great job, not only for myself, but my family, friends, and for Florida. That's where I'm at right now. So yeah.
Exactly. Wow. And I mean, was there a specific uh, um, moment where you knew that uh, the Timid Bunny wasn't just a side project, but something that had a real potential to connect with others?
Um, the moment I thought of it, just like because when you say that,
Yeah.
the moment I thought about just not selling it, I don't know. It just something in me said this story needs to be told. And this was on the tail end of 2024. So like a lot was going on. I had a girlfriend around the time. We kind of went our separate ways.
Hmm.
And from there, it wasn't kind of like to stick it to her like, oh, this, and that. Nah, it was just,
Hmm.
we both seen different sides of the table. We both she felt like it wasn't her presence was necessary. So I decided to say, okay, cool. No, no harm, no foul.
Hmm.
And I made it, I wrote it, and then out of nowhere it felt in my heart or something like that. It felt like I showed it because my friend, he told me to write the story and put it out there. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna respect his wishes, and I decided to, make it that way. So I decided to take it upon myself and all the things that come with it with making a film and make it and see what would happen. And for right now, as we speak, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. But it's worth it for how I'm seeing it as time goes on.
Exactly. Exactly. It goes on definitely. Like speaking of hitting the walls, uh, the creative process can be brutal sometimes. But what
Yes.
been the biggest obstacle that you have faced while developing this project?
Most difficult part. Managing my sanity.
Oh,
Not gonna lie to you. Managing my sanity and like, because I'm saying from it's a this project it hasn't been like it's been like I don't know, like I would say like three I know it was around I'll say at the intel of October till now, this project has been in the works. So the writing part, it's the honeymoon stage in the beginning. You're writing the story, you're getting it all together, you're pushing boundaries with how you can think about how the story can get. But once the business side comes into play, oh yeah, I'm talking about knocking doors. People tell me, nah, I'm good. I got people telling me this, I got people telling me that. I gotta reschedule things. I gotta deal with the personal things in life. And it's just like people asking for time. And sometimes you just looking at it like, I got this meeting, I got this with you, and everything else that comes along with it. And a lot of people just,
hmm,
I want to say this, like, for me, it feels like I'm shedding my skin when like a snake. And it shows every single day that I can't bring my old habits
yeah,
into what it is today. Cause I'm a leader now and people are looking at me. And not only the fact that I'm letting people know about this project, I'm giving them my word on it.
yeah.
So it's it's a lot. It's a lot when it comes down to it because you want to do the best possible. You want to give the respect that was given because of my friend who passed, and you want to have the community of your community, and especially your like me. I'm a Floridian, so I want people to know that. Well, side note, from Palmetto, Florida, and Brady, Sarasota, but I want people to understand that someone like me from around a small town is like doing something big. And I want this to be as big as possible. I don't want this to be a splash in the water. I want this to be a tsunami effect. And I feel like when you have big ambitions like that, it comes with a lot. And it's just it has to you have to sometimes take a breather. And when answering your question, to circle back and summarize it, it's just managing the whole thing, building a team, and making sure that everything's on point when certain things come out. So I think that was one of the things about keeping sanity, managing it, and making sure that you don't have perfectionism, but it's just, giving people something. So I think those three are the biggest things, if I will say so myself.
Understood. That's definitely true. Yeah. I mean, I have to say that that's definitely an important reminder that creativity isn't about always a solo journey, but it's inspiring to hear that how collaboration and support systems play a role in resilience, especially when the stakes feel high. So, uh, yeah.
It feels. I'm telling you, I'm feeling the winds. Oh, shit.
So also, like, do you find that animation allows you to communicate ideas that might be harder to convey in live action or maybe other mediums?
I want to say this. As a child, I grew up watching Cartoon Network, Nicktoons, and stuff like that, Disney XD and stuff like that. Even I just like around the age of like what 15, 16, I got into anime. So the fact that animation is like it just holds a childlike innocence into like in my soul and my heart, because at the end of the day, like, we have so many people trying to switch from animation to live action, and it's just, you don't get that sense of flair when you're able to look at it from a live action point of view with animation. With animation, you can just draw it out, and mind you, I'm gonna say it like this: I'm a storyteller. I'm not the animator. I'm the director, so I'm able to tell people how I would like to see certain things and how I would want them to be seen. So when it comes down to me being able to see someone do something so like drawing it, get carpal tunnel and stuff like that. People looking at certain things and being like, "Oh, I like that," so I'm gonna draw that. I have mad respect for it, because anybody can throw on get a camera, get some effects, and be like there. But with animation, you got to sit at a board. I'm saying this. I'm throwing no shade towards anybody who holds a camera. I
Yeah.
think that anybody in the film industry who does that, I'm grateful that you're doing it, because we need to push boundaries. But for me, I feel like in my niche is animation, and I want to like show more adult and show more kid versions of what animation can really do. Because this film, The Timid Bunny, is for all ages. But sooner in my down my career, I want to do more like adult themes and stuff like that. And have it in a way that kids, like, teenagers, and maybe I could do something where we can show like a mixture. But I think this will be my test within the Timid Bunny, to show that mixture of adult and kid. And like, just further down the line, I want to do more with it, and I want to push boundaries with animation. I feel like the way my stories, I want to tell, due to me doing crowdfunding and being able to build a community up to fund these projects, will do a great job instead of having to go to investors. But that's besides the point. But the main thing I would say is animation really holds a deep place in my heart, and I really want to see the platform move further down the line. And I just see it with 3D, with 2D as well, but like just all around. But that's just how I see it, how animation fits so well for me.
That's really awesome, I have to say. Yeah, really, really awesome. And like, you have mentioned the importance of creating meaningful connections through your work. So, um, as you try to gain more visibility from the Timid Bunny, how do you make sure that the project stays authentic to its vision?
So I'm gonna say like this, like I said before, crowdfunding. I think once I figured out how to really, cause I remember doing a project when I
Mm.
was what 17, 18, well probably 19, around that age, I believe. That was when I really wanted to do film. I saw it, I thought it was cool, I tried it, didn't go so well. Couple things that I had to learn about social media, how to build off audience, how to talk to people, how to sell, and not only sell the project or the product, but sell myself. It was important for me to understand that me being able to keep most of what I wanted within this film would have to be through me showcasing my project to other people who want to see this. So when I'm able to do other projects after I'm done with this one, it really shows me that there's people that like me for me and like my projects because it's so dope. It's so amazing. So when I'm able to sit down and actually look at my team and actually look at the people who want to see this happen, I look at it from the guise of crowdfunding, because crowdfunding is just people who want to see something from the creator and say, I'm willing to put my last or something towards it so I can see this happen. And so if they really believe in what I got going on, they're willing to put that down, hold a spot, and see the magic come to life. So I don't really like I have nothing against investors. They come with a lot of stuff that I need, connections, probably people from industries, and have a whole lot of other stuff. But I believe that with a firm audience and they're willing to fight for you, and you don't dupe them, you don't scam them, you don't mislead their trust. But if they are able to see that you do great work, which is this project, they'll fight. They're willing to give you however many dollars they want. They'll buy your things in quantity, like so many high quantities instead of buying in one. They'll buy it in multiple just to see this thing happen and share it with the other people because they believe in you so much. So when answering your question, I believe that we need more crowdfunding platform like movements, and not only in just one crowdfunding project, but with multiple. So we can actually build something so people can see how you move. And I think one of the biggest things in keeping my project intact is the not only making the film but having a documentary series so they can see how trustworthy I am with the funds they give and where it's going. So I'm really excited for the documentary series and like the making of this film. So I mean, I hope that answers your question, but that's how I plan on keeping everything intact. Hopefully,
Oh,
things change.
yeah, that's lovely. That's really lovely. Great. And so what's next for the Timid Bunny?
Mostly right now we're looking to get sponsors, and we're also looking to get more awareness. Do more pods, and show this face of mine, and be able to gather more people, not just people who's doing it from financial gain, for people who really want to see perseverance, athletics, and and just animation see take a new turn, a new era, like a renaissance. So I think that's the biggest thing right now. We're looking to get this thing again. We're just building awareness, see if people are willing to help us out with putting this thing up and making a financial effort to make this thing happen and push through it so we can move on to our next campaign, which is the Bunny Run, which is the main thing for the Timid Bunny. So that's how I'm seeing it.
Perfect. That's really awesome, I would say. And um, it is really great to hear from you, Samuel. This has been such an inspiring and creative conversation, and I love how the Timid Bunny is a reflection of perseverance, imagination, and the beauty of storytelling. So, uh, for the listeners, I'd love to mention, like for everyone who is listening, if you are feeling inspired, take a moment to reflect on your own creative journey, whether it's through art, writing, or any other medium. So you never know how your story could connect with others. So to follow Samuel and support the Timid Bunny, check out the links into the show notes. I'll put everything into the show notes so that it will be easier for you to reach out to him. And remember that creativity thrives when we share, collaborate, and stay true to our vision. So until next time, keep your mind healthy and your life full of creativity. So, this is your host, Avik, signing off. Thank you so much.